Hey guys, Justin here, and today I'm going to cover 5 common music marketing mistakes. I'm going to go over what each of these mistakes are and how you can avoid them. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so the first mistake that a lot of artists make is that they think it's not cool to promote themselves. They think it's not cool to promote their music, that it's not artistic, and that it's selling out somehow. But that's not true at all. If you're passionate about your music and you want people to hear it, you have to promote it. If you're making money doing something that you love, that's not selling out. That is the opposite of selling out. Selling out is when you have to do something that you don't enjoy, or when you're compromising your artistic integrity in order to make money. Now, if you're creating the music that you enjoy, you're creating music that you're passionate about, and you're getting paid for it, that's not selling out. And if you want people to listen to your music, you're going to have to promote it. Because the reality is there are millions of artists out there. There are millions of people creating music. There's so much noise that if you don't make that effort to get your music in front of people that are going to enjoy it, they're simply not going to hear it. All right, so don't make that mistake of thinking it's not cool to promote yourself and that other people are going to do it for you, because they're not. Which brings me to the common mistake number 2, and that's not paying for promotion. Now, you don't always have to pay for promotion, but if you really want to get your music out there, the most effective ways are going to cost money. Some artists just seem to think that their music is so good that everyone should just want to listen to it and share it for free. But again, there's so much music out there that you have to do something to cut through the noise. And a lot of times you're going to have to pay for promotion. I've had artists tell me that they really don't like the idea of having to pay to have their music reviewed by music bloggers or journalists. They don't like having to pay to get it submitted to playlist curators. And the reality is you don't have to do that, but you're going to have a lot more success most likely if you're paying to have somebody submit your music to a lot of music bloggers, a lot of journalists, a lot of playlist curators, rather than having to take the time to individually try and reach out to each one yourself. And you have to think about it from the blogger's point of view. So say if you had a music blog and you have 100,000 people reading your blog every month, you probably have 50 or 100 artists every day emailing you their music to get reviewed. And you just don't have time to review all of it. So sometimes it's worth paying a service that's going to make sure that these bloggers and journalists actually at least listen to your music. And maybe they'll write a review, maybe not. But again, you have to do something to cut through all the noise. And sometimes you're going to have to pay for that. And sometimes you're going to want to pay for ads to promote your music as well. But you have to do that the right way. Which brings me to common music marketing mistake number 3. And that's not having the right promotional strategy, or sometimes not having any strategy. So one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of artists make when they're trying to promote their music is they think, if I just spend money on exposure, that's going to help my music career. I just need to get it out to more people. But what happens when you get that exposure? What happens when people listen to your music? If your plan doesn't involve any more than just having people hear the music for the first time, you're probably not going to get a lot of results. Because how often do you just hear a song for the first time and think, oh my gosh, this song is amazing. I have to find out who this is and go buy their music immediately. Now, it might happen sometimes. You probably had that experience before where you heard a song that you just really liked that much. But most of the time, you have to hear something several times before you actually take any type of action to listen to that artist or find out who that artist is. So if you're an independent artist on a budget, you really want to have a promotional strategy that doesn't just get your music exposure, but facilitates an immediate interaction with your fan. Because the old way of promoting your music, like back before the internet, and even the way that a lot of major labels still promote artists, is extremely expensive, and it's not going to be very effective if you're on a limited budget. You need hundreds of thousands of dollars to have the type of promotional strategy that major labels use for big pop stars. Because major labels can throw tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars at getting artists on billboards, on the radio, in magazines, on TV, and just hammering people with the artist until they have pretty much no choice but to listen to the music. And then some percentage of those people are going to go to the concerts and buy the albums. But unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars budgeted for your promotional strategy, you're just going to be wasting your money trying to take that approach. So as an independent artist, it's much better to take a very targeted approach, which you can with the internet, to get your music in front of the right people and get immediate engagement. So the cool thing about running ads on like Facebook and Google and other third-party online ad platforms is that you can track everything. You can see how much it's costing to get a click. You can see which ads are getting people to actually buy your album or download your album. You can figure out how much it's costing to get somebody to sign up to your email list. And you can choose which ads to run that are getting the best results. And it doesn't cost a lot of money. You can spend $5 a day and get decent results when you're just starting out. So it's important to have the right type of strategy for yourself as an independent artist so you don't end up wasting a bunch of money on exposure and not getting any fans in return. So speaking of fans, let's talk about music marketing mistake number 4, which is not owning your fans. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm not talking about actually literally owning your fans. I'm talking about owning that relationship. So a lot of artists focus on engaging with their fans on like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, which is great, and you should absolutely do that. But the problem with relying on Instagram for that fan interaction is that Instagram owns the follower, right? If somebody follows you on Instagram, who really owns that relationship? I mean, Instagram still owns all of that person's contact information. Instagram gets to decide who sees your content. Even if someone's following you, that doesn't mean that they're going to see everything you post. Sure, you can get a lot of organic engagement with your fans on Instagram, but sometimes you have to pay for that. And it's especially true with Facebook now. If you really want to reach your fans on Facebook, you have to pay for that interaction. And Instagram's starting to head that way too. They've made some algorithm changes within the past year that have made it more difficult for a lot of artists with big followings to reach as much of their fans as they used to be able to. So the big danger with relying on a third-party platform for all of your fan engagement like that is that you really don't own that relationship. Instagram could change their algorithm at any time, and then all of a sudden, what happens? Now, a fraction of your fans are seeing your updates. And what if Instagram goes the way of MySpace? Then all of those followers you had on Instagram aren't really worth anything because everybody's on another platform now. So I'm not saying don't use Instagram. Instagram's a great tool for artists, but you want to own that relationship. And the best way to do that is to get your fans' email address. Because then it doesn't matter what Instagram's algorithm does. It doesn't matter where your fans go in terms of social media. As long as you have that contact information, you own that relationship. And you can connect with your fans as much as you want through email. And you won't be beholden to a third-party platform to be able to engage with your fans and connect with them and build a relationship with them. And when you build that relationship, part of the goal of building that relationship is building enough of a connection where your fans are going to want to spend money with you and support your career. Which brings me to music marketing mistake number 5, and that's not creating enough value for your fans. Now, I know that your music is invaluable and they should be very lucky to have the music that you have put out. But what I'm talking about here is giving your fans a reason to spend more money with you. So let's say you just put out an album and you're not really touring, you don't have any merch. The only way that a fan can really spend money with you is to download your album. And let's say that you don't have a label involved, you don't have any management, you don't have bandmates, you're just producing all your music yourself. Then you're getting what, like $10 for an album download. So in order to make $1 million, you would have to have 100,000 people download that album. And to get 100,000 people to download your album, you're going to need millions of fans because not all your fans are going to download your album. But just think about that, 100,000 fans to make $1 million. Getting 100,000 fans that are actually paying and downloading your music, that's pretty difficult. That's a lot of people. But what if you're touring more, you're playing live shows, or you're selling merch, selling hats, t-shirts, posters, maybe vinyl, DVDs? Now all of a sudden you're giving your fans more opportunities to spend money with you. If you could create enough value for your fans that they're spending $100 a year with you, then you only need 1,000 of those dedicated fans that are going to spend $100 a year with you to make $100,000 a year as a musician. And getting 1,000 fans that are willing to spend $100 a year with you is way easier than getting the millions of fans that it would take to earn that same amount of money off of the small percentage of those fans that are actually going to download your album and pay $10 for it. So having a successful career as a musician is not just about connecting with your fans and building that relationship and writing good music that they enjoy, but also give them the opportunity to spend money with you and help support your career. Okay, so let's recap what those 5 mistakes are. I'm going to give you a solution to all 5 of those, okay? First of all, promoting your music is cool. It's not selling out unless you're making music that you don't like. If you're doing what you love and making money doing that, then that's the dream, right? That's not selling out. So promote your music. 2, sometimes you're going to have to pay to promote your music. That's just the nature of the beast. There's a lot of noise out there. If you want to cut through the noise and get your music in front of people that might enjoy it, sometimes you're going to have to pay for that. 3, you should have a strategy in place, and it should be a strategy that allows you to measure your results, and it should allow you to get the type of results that you want on a small budget that allows you to scale up as you have more money coming in. Where you're not just spending a ton of money to get exposure, throw your music out there and hope that somebody listens to it. You want to make sure that you have a strategy where you can measure your results and make sure that you're getting the most effective return on your investment possible. Number 4, make sure that you own that relationship with your fans. Use YouTube, use Facebook, use Instagram, but make sure you're also getting that email address so that you have your fans' contact information and you're not relying on a third-party platform to facilitate your relationship with your fans. And number 5, be sure that you create enough value to give your fans a reason to spend more money with you to help support your career. All right, so if you want more details on how you can do all 5 of those things, I actually have a free gift for you, a free ebook. If you haven't already downloaded the Music Promotion Blueprint, go ahead and click the link in the video description right now, and you can download a copy of my Music Promotion Blueprint, which will outline a proven, effective strategy for promoting your music as an independent artist, even if you're on a shoestring budget. So go ahead and download that. You just click the link, enter your email address on the next page, and the blueprint will be sent directly to your inbox. Now on the next page after that, you'll be given the option to purchase a more in-depth video course if you choose to do so. Now the blueprint's free, it'll outline the basic strategy, but if you want in-depth videos that show you exactly how to get your fans' email address step by step, the whole process, you don't have to have any technical skills at all. I'll show you exactly how to create a landing page where you can capture your fans' email address. I'll show you how to run Facebook ads so you can get new fans signing up to your email list for literally pennies. And I even have a bonus training that you'll get access to called Instagram Rockstar, where I'll show you how to get thousands of new followers on Instagram in literally a few weeks, and how you can grow that following to tens of thousands of fans or hundreds of thousands of fans very quickly. So again, go ahead and click the link in the description to get your free copy of the Music Promotion Blueprint. And if you want a video course that's going to walk you through every step of the process to start building an email list, to start running ads on Facebook, to grow your following on Instagram, be sure to check out the Music Promotion Machine course that you'll be offered after you sign up for the free blueprint. All right, so whether you download the blueprint or not, whether you purchase the course or not, I hope that you've gotten some value out of this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up and comment below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and tick the little bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are released. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time.